The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Super Media Bros.
Fucker, what was that?
That would be 1987 and 1997 DC, sir.
Okay. Alright, well, can we not do that again?
Oh no, we're never doing this again.
You promise?
I fucking swear on everything.
Okay, good.
Welcome to episode 216 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
And this is Cult Cinema Showdown 95. Batman and Robin versus Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and we are on a quest for peace of mind because we just came off of the quest for the piece of shit.
Oh my god. Why?
Both of these were the fourth part of their respective franchises up until that point. Coincidentally, also the worst movies of each one.
Yes, there's no denying that. I've seen Batman and Robin a few times. Okay, before this, the last time I had seen it was a few years ago when they first added it to Netflix. I got about 20 minutes in and turned it off and never thought that I would ever sit through this again.
Like, at that moment in time, you're just like, fucking finally, I'm done with this piece of shit. I never have to, like...
Yeah, it was all sunshine and rainbows.
It's like the ending of Evil Dead when Ash burns the book in the cabin, and he's just walking out, and there's just this beautiful music playing, and there's birds chirping, and the sun is coming up. But then, from a lone little leaf behind the cabin, Batman and Robin just gets up and force pushes its way through the cabin. You just hear, ah! That's you just screaming.
So, as I was watching it, there was a lot of stuff that I forgot about in my childhood. But never in my life had I seen Superman 4. I think I watched the third one like once whenever I was really little. But the first two I watch fairly frequently. Love those.
Oh, dude, those are classics. And I don't know if you've seen the Donner cut of the second one.
Of course.
Oh, it's so good.
Dude, so good. So, as I was watching the fourth one, I realized, holy fuck, they made a movie worse than Batman and Robin. That's impressive.
And with that, we're going to get into Batman and Robin just so you can understand how heavy that statement that he just made is. Because if you think Batman and Robin is bad, just wait until we get to the other one. Holy crap. So the fact that Batman and Robin came out a decade later, right? Joel Schumacher with his second run on a Batman film, having come off of Batman Forever. I want to preface this by saying to anybody out there listening that does not know this, which if you don't know this, I'm really surprised. Joel Schumacher has literally said, I mean, he's dead now, rest in peace, but at the time, he said one of the only literal reasons this movie got made was to sell toys.
And that makes sense because even as a little kid, I preferred the first two Batman movies, but I liked the toys that went to the 3 and 4.
I did too. I mean, I have the toys from the first two, but yeah, you're right. These absolutely looked like action figures on screen. I mean, think about the color palette. Like if you go from Burton to Schumacher, which Schumacher had his own kind of style though. Like he liked vividness, like especially with these movies. He played with the color palettes really well.
Yeah, like these are terrible films.
Absolutely.
But they're not ugly.
Right. Isn't that weird though? Like, how shit the scripts are and how balls some of the acting is. Well, most of the acting, but they're not, like you said, they're not bad to look at. And I don't get it.
Like the shots aren't very good or creative, but just the color palettes themselves and like the Batmobile, it makes no sense. Batman would never drive that.
I love the fact that they decided, hey, we're going to put a disco ball on the fucking hood of this bitch. Have you seen that motherfucker?
Yeah, like somebody who's trying to lurk in the shadows and remain undetected and all of that for some reason. I get that the Adam West Batman was running around in the daylight. I get it, but also budgets, different time period, everything. Like, here, there's really no excuse. They showed you can make an at-night Batman movie. So I can't defend it. But it looked cool as a toy.
Yeah, and again, that's the whole point. Is it just me, or has the Batman franchise kind of been about, it's almost like Bond in a way, like who's going to play the Batman, who's going to play the villains? It's more or less like...
always thought that, yeah.
That's like one of the big selling points is who's going to play who. But really at this point, especially after Jim Carrey's really great run as the Riddler, okay, like who we're going to get to play the next villains. I was curious about it too. I remember being a kid, hearing that this movie was getting made.
Damn, you old as fuck.
I know. I remember hearing about this movie getting made. And then when I saw they were casting Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, I was like, what the fuck? Even as a child, I was like, this is what?
Yeah, okay. Look, I'm glad we got all of the little one-liners and delivery and everything. Schwarzenegger will always have a little place in my heart.
Same.
Why the fuck do you have a live-action Batman movie with Bane in it? You cast Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he's not playing Bane.
Because he wears a mask.
Oh, you really think that's it?
I'm telling you. What did we just say on the last episode?
That's true.
We literally just talked about this, where it's like these studios hire these actors and they're like, we got to show their face. We're paying all this money. I mean, look at Batman and Robin themselves, the characters. Robin just has a domino mask over his face, dude.
I know, but even though he's too big of a star to say this, I'd like to think that Arnold is above that.
I don't know. I think he wanted to do the chew the scenery, kind of be that over the top dumbass. Really? Yeah. Seriously. Hey, think about the fact that he had done Last Action Hero a little bit before this.
You know what?
He was doing comedies around this time.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Say that he was Bane. If they went with a mask that revealed more of his face, or even no mask at all, but everything else was very Bane-esque, where would we be?
I don't know, dude. I wouldn't want to see Bane without the mask. I mean,
I wouldn't either.
I mean, Tom Hardy's run as Bane in The Dark Knight Rises was maskless enough as it was, but it was still decent.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, okay? No mask is the most realistic of the two options, but also bear in mind, he had his face completely painted in this.
True.
So let's say Tom Hardy level of covering, but a different mask.
Okay, so eyes, letting his eyes emote. Just okay, I could see that, but at the same time, unless he went full blown serious, I would not be able to do it. I could not fucking do it because the way they portrayed Bane in this movie pisses me off so much.
It does to me too, but also it's mildly amusing.
A little bit. I mean, I get that this movie was supposed to be camp. I mean, look, it's George Clooney, it's Chris O'Donnell, it's Uma Thurman, Alicia Silverstone, Schwarzenegger. At the time that this came out, this was a loaded ass film as far as actors go.
Right,
and still could be considered to this day.
I think so, yeah.
Think about the fact that Clooney is a 2-time Oscar winner, okay? This motherfucker has played Batman. And he phoned it in so bad.
Which is funny to me because he could be a really good Bruce Wayne at the very least.
Bruce Wayne essentially was just Clooney being Clooney on camera, dude.
Look, can I say something nice? Because it's so easy to trash these.
Sure.
For once, I'm being the nice one of the two of us. Clooney was himself on screen, and he was charming.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying that all he had to do to play Bruce Wayne is just be himself. And I wasn't saying it was bad.
Yeah,
he's a decent Bruce Wayne.
But now that you got me thinking more and more, I'm reaching, man. It's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking rough. I mean, Uma Thurman did a fantastic job as Poison Ivy as far as just chewing the scenery. I mean, the villains did that greatly here.
Well, that's the story for I feel like every Batman movie ever made, like from every era, even the worst to the best, they always have a blast doing it.
I think it's because most of these roles, bad as they are sometimes, like this being a prime example, or as good as they are with the Batman. Okay, Colin Farrell's run as the Penguin, and then Schwarzenegger as Freeze. It's the same energy. You have to admit, it's almost the same energy, but the fact that we have seen Batman and Robin portrayed the way that it is, corny as all hell and campy, that's what gave it the shit edge. And the fact that Colin Farrell just disappears as the Penguin, but embraced the zaniness of it, has made it great. Schwarzenegger just didn't, and the whole doesn't help.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Chris O'Donnell is a piss poor Robin, though. God damn. I cannot buy a 32-year-old man trying to be a teen. I can't. I cannot do it.
Not only that, but I never liked the suit that they went with. Even in Forever. Okay, for this one, I guess they were trying to do this weird Robin Nightwing hybrid.
I caught that too. I thought, like, as a child, I was like, okay, is this Robin or is this Nightwing? Because the way that they have the logo barreled across the chest, I was like, okay, that's just Nightwing, but red.
I think what they were trying to go for was, well, he's too old for Robin, but he hasn't found his Nightwing yet. I guess that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
I didn't either. And look, this could have been easily a 1966 Batman episode.
I've heard theories that it's supposed to be.
This is really like a 1997 update of the TV series. I swear to God, that's what I thought when I watched this the first time. Mr. Freeze just wants to freeze the fucking earth, which I think is hilarious. He wants to turn the world into an ice age, but Pamela Ivy wants the plants to take over too, and the plants would die in the cold, but they have a partnership?
Yeah, I kind of want an alternate version of this movie where they actually win, and then you see the conflict.
And then they have infighting and they just war.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
And then you got Bane's dumbass, which he's fueled by... Okay, let's talk about the shit they did get right about Bane, okay? They got the suit right. They got the muscles right.
Yeah.
The mask. The venom. I mean, he looked... Like, I didn't mind the fact that they kind of green toned him a bit to where it looks like he's just filled with this shit and he's just this rage monster.
Yeah, no, that was actually visually kind of cool because scientifically that would make sense.
Right.
I can buy that.
I could too. And, dude, the biggest issue I had was that they just turned him into this dumbass. Like, Bane in the comics was of, like, Mexican or, like, Latino descent, was very brute but smart.
Very, yes. And that's what I always loved about Bane in the comics is that he was both brains and brawn. He could take Batman to his limit in every capacity.
Yeah, and that's why he was always such a great, formidable opponent for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like the sideshow clown in this one, where it's like a scene in Looney Tunes or some shit where, like, you sneak around and tie his shoelaces together and the dumbass will fall the fuck over, and that's just it for him. You know?
Hey, Bane. Yeah, like that's it. That's all.
Poor Bane. They ruined him. Now, the other issues that I have, which there are a shitload, but one of the main ones I have is the fact that we're going to take Barbara and we're going to name her Barbara Wilson. She ain't Barbara Gordon.
I caught that as well.
Look, she's Alfred's niece in this one, for fuck's sake.
That's my thing. There have been continuities where Barbara Gordon is not actually Commissioner Gordon's daughter. So if you wanted to play around with that, cool, be my guest. Changing her last name, I'm like, now it's a completely different character. What is the point? That's a little weird. It's stupid. Whatever. Wait, now she's related to Alfred. Why? What did that have? Why did there need to be any connection to this?
I don't know, dude. Like, it's like they needed a reason for her to come in, and then, like, Pat Hingle he just wasn't a good Commissioner Gordon throughout any of the and I'm sorry to say this, That's the one thing I didn't like about any of the Burton movies or the Schumacher films, is that the Commissioner Gordon in these movies was just there. He didn't really serve a purpose. He was just this guy.
That's fair. But I'm just like, I understand that later on their relation kind of benefited the plot a little bit because of the photograph and the signature. I understand that. But I don't like it.
I just saw something, and I want you to see it too.
Okay.
I want you to go to Wikipedia on your phone as we're doing this.
Oh, God. Okay.
I want you to look at the guy that played Bane in this movie.
Okay.
His professional wrestling names were Jeep Swenson, Jeep the Mercenary, the Final Solution, and the Ultimate Solution, but his name is Robert Swenson. Swenson.
Okay.
I want you to look at this motherfucker's wide-ass chest and his head and the photograph that they used for this fucking thing. I just want to see your reaction, because I almost died laughing.
No! Stop.
They did this man dirty. He died the year this movie came out, dude. This is what he is best known for. He was 40.
Why is that his photograph? Why is he getting his chesticles rubbed by his wife and daughter?
Why is his head shaped like a fucking dot? Like the candy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God. Why he look like Drix from Osmosis Jones?
Oh my God. No. Oh no.
Bro, look at this motherfucker. Hold on. Let me look up Drix. Hold on. Fucking God damn. Look at the fucking ratio. The head to shoulder ratio, man. Look at this shit.
Oh my fucking God.
Bro, why he built like that?
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Ronnie Coleman head ass. I'm fascinated.
Dude, this movie came out on June 12th, 1997. This man died August 18th, 1997 at 40 of heart failure. But listen, I'm not trying to like make fun of this dude dying, because it does suck that he's dead, but listen to this shit, okay? He died of a heart attack at the UCLA Medical Center at 40. And I swear to God, this is on his fucking Wikipedia. He was an avid user of steroids and started to use them in his early 20s. Because of this, he reportedly could not shower properly, put on a shirt, or walk upstairs.
And 4 years after his death, he came back to life as Drix.
Yes.
Cool.
He was lug wrench and no holds barred, dude. He was one of the fucking...
No kidding.
Yeah, he was one of the bar fights in that movie. So yeah, God damn, man, that fucker, he roided himself to death. Like, and that's the sad part about it, really.
It is.
I just remembered something. Why Gotham got giant ass statues that are as big as these buildings, and why do these buildings just keep going? And is there an actual street level in this fucking place? Because it doesn't look like that. They just drive like all these really high bridges with no fucking side guardrails. Did you notice that shit?
Yeah, even as a kid, I never understood the visual aesthetic to Gotham itself in these movies.
I didn't either, dude. Like, oh God, there's a scene where they're trying to... The scene where they're chasing... Remember when the scene where they leave Robin on the bike on that one statue and he's pissed off? They're crashing through these statues and driving on... There's like this bridge. There's like no side railing. It's like a rainbow road in Mario Kart. How did they not die? The laws of physics in this movie don't even matter. Hell, in the beginning, when they bust out of that rocket and they just glide the fucking doors to the ground, they don't... How? They fall from way the fuck up.
Dude, I don't know. I can understand if there's just one statue. It still would have been weird. I think we still would have made fun of it. But I don't understand the purpose of all of them. And that's actually a nitpick that I don't hear people talking about with these movies.
Yeah, I don't either. And I think it's time that they did. And it's not even just that. One of the other nitpicks that I have with this son of a bitch is the fact that just conveniently, very, very conveniently, Mr. Freeze is just walking around with the fucking cure for McGregor syndrome in his goddamn left arm the whole time?
Yeah.
That's oddly specific.
Whenever I realized how dumb it was, I tried to justify it in my head of, well, maybe it's some kind of symbolic gesture and he's trying to something to do with it. It's really dumb. I got nothing.
Look, y'all, the plot of this movie is really stupid. It's just a way to get all these characters on the screen. There's a bunch of dumb shit that happens, a bunch of dumbass fight scenes. There's a fucking ice skating scene in the beginning of this bitch, for God's sake. The end of the movie takes place at the Gotham Observatory. And all these diamonds, that's what I thought was hilarious, is that his whole ass suit is powered by diamonds.
What I find hilarious is that these diamonds are all set up, right? Like they have a bunch of them, looking like fucking birth control pills and a little canister.
They fucking do. You're talking about like that overhead shot where they're saying, oh my fucking God, you're right. Look, they really do. Holy shit.
Listen to me though. Explain this one. Riddle me this, Richie. Why on God's green earth did Gotham's art museum have a diamond in a case, glass case, on display like it was something special? But they had 2 or 3 dozen of them in the city.
I got nothing.
The size wasn't any different, so it wasn't that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
And buddy, Charlie, I know you're listening. You've been listening to the show lately. I appreciate that. You're my brother. I love you. But fuck you for liking this movie. To be fair, you admit that it's hot dookie garbage. You know that it's bad. But bro, why? Why do you hate yourself? And watch this. Do we need to call a doctor? Just start watching better movies.
Yeah.
But it's still better than Superman 4.
Look, I'm pretty sure everybody out there has seen Batman and Robin. There was really no need to go front to back with this shit just to have a conversation about it. Look, a 2 hour and 5 minute film.
God damn!
That was made for between 125 and 160 million dollars.
What the fuck?
And it only grossed 238.2 million at the box office. This movie single-handedly killed the Batman franchise until Batman Begins came out. Also, the cameo that Coolio had in this movie at that race that was happening, guess what his character's name was?
Oh God, what?
Jonathan Crane. He was supposed to reprise his role as Scarecrow in the canceled sequel Batman Unchained, aka Batman Triumphant.
Yep.
The stupidest fucking names I have ever heard in my entire goddamn life.
And that's the thing. Actually, it's funny because I'm bringing up the whole like Charlie thing and all that. We were all as a group talking about it, watching Wednesday Night Dynamite last night. As of this recording, it's last night. And I meant to bring up that they were gonna make another movie, but I kept my mouth shut because I couldn't for the life of me remember the name. And you just reminded me of it. So thank you for being 24 hours late.
You're welcome. I'm always here 24 hours later for your convenience.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking asshole.
That's me. But yeah, this movie was quite something. Holy shit. We're going to take a couple steps back and just think about what we have done with our lives for about 3 minutes. Then we'll come back and talk about Superman 4: The Quest for Peace and probably check ourselves into a mental institution. You are listening to the Super Media Bros on the OddPods Media Network. Holy shit. By now, you all know how essential the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is for that precise trim below the waist. Their advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts to your most delicate areas. But now, you can enhance your perfect grooming routine with their Ultra Premium Collection. This package includes the Manscaped Premium Deodorant.
Like the ball deodorant?
No, not for your balls, dude. Your armpits.
Whoa. Manscaped does that?
Yes.
Since when?
Since now.
Really?
Yes, this deodorant dries clear, is aluminum-free, and smells just like their signature scent.
Oh.
It also includes the hydrating body moisturizer.
I got eczema. Will that cure it?
Well, no.
Because it's really bad.
Well, if you have dry skin issues or if you have tattoos, it's designed to keep your skin feeling clean, smooth, and smelling fresh.
Well, I have tattoos and skin, and sometimes it gets dry. This is perfect.
Next up is the body wash to lather you up with their infused aloe vera and sea salt shower gel.
Aloe vera and sea salt? I'm about to smell like the ocean.
And along with the body wash, their 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner to clean your scalp with an easy one step.
That does sound easy.
As always, Manscaped is going to toss in a free gift with this one. A 3-pack set of lip balm that's made up with ingredients such as vitamin E, peppermint, and eucalyptus oil to keep those chappers feeling moist. That's right, 4 products and a free gift inside the Ultra Premium Collection. What a score!
Now I'm gonna score.
Well, I don't know if it's going to necessarily make you score, but it certainly will assist.
I'll take what I can get.
All of these products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, vegan-friendly, and dye-free. The best ingredients with zero compromise. Now, Devin, if you're actually looking to score, I can give you some tips to help you along the way.
Okay, bet.
First, wash your stanky ass with the body wash.
Okay.
2, lather up your hair with a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner.
I don't have hair.
Oh, okay, well, step 2, just wax your dome with the shampoo and conditioner.
Buffer. Got it.
Step 3, dry off, then spray on the hydrating body moisturizer to reinvigorate your dry skin.
What about my eczema basket?
Well, no, this is not about your balls, Devin. This is about the upper half of your body.
That's important too, I guess.
Step 4, put on the Manscaped deodorant for obvious reasons. Step 5, put that Manscaped lip balm on. Ain't nobody out here kissing chapped up lips, my dude. And of course, getting dressed after this is completely optional. Wear one great scent all day long. Get the Ultra Premium Collection hot off the shelves. And you can use our code SUPER and get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com.
It's almost a quarter.
Not quite, but
Almost.
that's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com with our code SUPER.
Are you sure it's not a quarter?
Yes, I'm sure it's not a quarter.
Well, with the free shipping and everything, it might.
No, it's 20% off plus free shipping with our code SUPER at manscaped.com. It's not a quarter! All right, guys, sorry about that. The power of attraction is now in a bottle thanks to Manscaped.
Just wondering if it was a quarter.
Hey, this is Russ.
This is Kyle.
This is Michelle.
From the Infectious Groove Podcast. Join us every Monday for the most fun you can have with a music podcast. The Infectious Groove Podcast uses a positive and fun approach as we take time every week to share our jammy jams, then dig into a thought-provoking topic discussing all decades and genres of music. You can find the Infectious Groove Podcast on all major podcast platforms, or you can head to infectiousgroovepodcast.com to find us there and subscribe. We might have a controversial opinion here or there, but we always have fun with it.
Oh, I'm sure I'll say something dumb.
Subscribe to the Infectious Groove Podcast, part of the OddPods Media Network.
Let's fly into Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, with the worst blue screen backdrop ever.
Oh, so we're gonna fly, huh? Hopefully with more than one fucking shot.
No, we're going to use the same one because budgets.
Oh, okay. Can we at least figure out all of the blue clippings?
No, we're going to have to leave it in. We don't have enough time.
Enough time?
We're going to have to cut like 40 minutes of footage out of this too.
Well, then what are we gonna have left?
About an hour and a half of special effects shots that have no real meaning.
Are the fight scenes at least gonna be cool?
Have you ever seen 7-year-olds slap fight each other on a playground at elementary school?
Sad to say, yeah.
That.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, look, our budget is $17 million.
Okay. Adjusted for inflation. Okay, all right.
There's no hope for this.
Where is the budget going?
We have to hire Christopher Reeve.
Okay, all right. One of the best Supermen to ever do it. Okay,
Right.
okay.
But now we got a budget of about $350.
What? $1,000?
No, like $350, like $3.50.
What the fuck? God damn it.
Superman 4, The Quest for Peace got released in 1987. I wanted to tell you something that's going to really fuck with you, okay? as bad as this movie is, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember a 1965 movie called The Ipcress File with Michael Caine?
Yeah.
Yeah, the director won the fucking Palme d'Or at Cannes for this. This same guy fucking made this film.
God.
My, how people have fallen.
What year did you say this was?
1987.
You mean the same year as fucking Predator?
Yes.
This came out the same year as Predator.
Yes.
How?
Because a company called Canon Films made this son of a bitch. Oh, you already know.
Fuck.
Menahem Golan and Yoram Globus.
All right, let's get into it.
The plot revolves around Superman trying to end the arms race by way of a child writing a letter to the Daily Planet, getting pissed off because Superman hasn't stepped in yet. And Superman steps in by collecting all nuclear warheads from all these countries and flies them into outer space into this giant net or rocket condom, if you will, and yeets it into the goddamn sun.
The first, I would say, quarter to half of that explanation sounds good in theory. Because when you really break down who Superman is, what he stands for, that would make sense, especially as a period piece. A kid being the one to write a letter, angry, that I can buy that being a motivation for Superman. Everything else past that. Motherfucker, what is this?
First of all, if Superman threw all these nuclear warheads into the fucking sun, can you imagine the solar flare from that son of a bitch?
Oh, there's no need to talk about space right now, because if you want to do that, we'll talk about even more later on whenever he defeats the villain.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. But right off the bat, this is not even scientifically plausible, like that it would even end well. There's no fucking way. With all the fucking radiation that would probably come down and fuck up our ozone layer from this shit, dude.
Fuck your ozone layer.
Fuck your life! Bing bong!
Meanwhile, fucking Lex Luthor and his goddamn nephew, which this is hilarious, played by John Cryer, who ultimately becomes Lex Luthor himself in the Supergirl series that just happened. Can we talk about that scene real quick? How, like, meanwhile over there, he's breaking his uncle out of prison, and the fucking car that he arrives in and puts the police to...
God, no, I don't want to talk about it.
Too bad.
Okay.
These inept guards get suckered into this vehicle that he just happens to drive down. How did he get this car down into this rock quarry, first of all? Secondly, he puts these fuckers in this car and seals it shut, and then sends it careening off of this cliff in this quarry cliff area thing. Off screen. It supposedly blows up, but these two bastards survive somehow, which I also would like to point out that the car itself is a toy car. The budget was so small, they couldn't even afford to get a piece of shit car to ramp off of a cliff nor blow it up for real.
You know, the more I think back on what we witnessed in this movie, Batman and Robin was trash. Let's not kid ourselves. It was incoherent, but it was at least finished. This was not finished. It
Nope.
was not coherent. It was bland. It was choppy. It was boring. It was everything wrong with filmmaking, and yet it was released?
Yeah, and think about the fact that what we're saying right now is a movie with Christopher Reeve. Arguably the Superman. The goddamn Superman that every generation knows. My son knows Christopher Reeve as Superman, dude. He's fucking 13 years old.
Yeah, like, I don't understand how this happened. I understand the studio. I get it, but I don't understand how this was allowed.
Dude, the plot points in this movie, one of the underplots is that the Daily Planet is being taken over by this tycoon who's got a monopoly on all like the newspapers and shit. And his daughter, who is the new editor, has a thing for Clark Kent, which I will admit the best part about this movie and worst part about this movie is also watching Christopher Reeve be a bumbling dork, which he's good at being a bumbling dork as Clark Kent. It's great, honestly.
Yeah.
But they spent way too much time on that subplot and also a lot of time semi-retconning that Lois Lane knows Clark Kent is Superman because at one point he kisses her to make her forget that he's fucking Superman. And he plays a lot of back and forth. But I want to talk about the film's villain, Nuclear Man. The big genius idea that Lex Luthor has is to break into this museum where they have Superman artifacts and Superman all kind of shit in there. They have a strand of his hair that is holding up a 1,000-pound ball on a hook to demonstrate how strong it is because, let's be honest, Superman is indestructible to the point that if a man wants to shave and cut his hair, he has to use a mirror and his fucking laser eyes to do the shit, okay? Lex Luthor rolls up into this museum with a pair of bolt cutters, just taps the glass that it's behind, which you'd think it would be bulletproof. I repeat, you would think it would be bulletproof. He cuts Superman's hair successfully with a pair of bolt cutters. I repeat, he cuts Superman's hair with a pair of bolt cutters easily.
He didn't even like have to force it. He didn't have to do a couple of jabs at it. Nothing. I could buy this if it was kryptonite. Like, all they had to do was spray paint those bolt cutters green, and it would have been silly. Let's be honest. We would have made fun of it for the same reason that we made fun of Batman and Robin. It's campy. It's looks silly, but whatever. I would have bought it. These are just regular Home Depot cutters. What the fuck is this? How are they able to cut Superman's hair? And by the way, whenever he cut it, the 1,000-pound ball just flops. And it even kind of rolled around a little bit after it made contact. It didn't bust through the ground that it was underneath. Why would it just fall flat down? No, it's going to roll a little bit in the wind. Because that's how physics works, right?
You know the sound it makes when you kick a kickball?
Yeah.
What if it made that sound when it fucking hit? Just...
Bruh, I would have gotten up. I would have left. I would have said, look, you need to find a new co-host. I'm done. This is bullshit. Fucking Audi. I love you like a little play cousin, but we gotta go our separate ways here, man.
Lying motherfucker. No, for real. I know you're just like, no, for real.
No, for real, cuz.
But no, he seriously takes his hair because his idea is, hey, I'm going to get these potential investors in a business together. It's like, hey, I would like to borrow one of your nuclear missiles. I want to strap Superman's hair to this rocket with all this voodoo in a box bullshit. And we gonna send this sumbitch to the sun? And we kid you not, he does this. When that rocket hits the sun, a literal cosmic fetus baby appears.
Fetal position and all.
Yeah, and he
like manifests into a full-grown adult.
No, he manifests into dollar store Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, can I offer some words that maybe give the movie too much credit, but I would like to think, possibly was done on purpose?
Of course.
Okay, so the character of Superman Clark Kent was designed to be reminiscent of the quintessential Jewish person. In fact, he was created by two Jewish men in Ohio, I believe.
Cleveland, sir.
Okay, there you go. Go Cavs. So, and that's the whole idea, is that he was an alien from space and all this other stuff. It was supposed to be kind of like the refugees.
So like a parallel of real life, basically.
Pretty much. So you've got that history to it, and his evil half is a blonde-haired guy. I'd like to think that there was some form of propaganda within all of that of Germany and the Jews, maybe.
I don't think the people behind this movie were smart enough to do that.
Okay,
sadly.
but please, can I do one nice thing?
Sure.
That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
And it's very difficult. I'm reaching. My shoulder hurts. But I think there's something I'd like to think.
Okay, we'll give it that. Fuck it.
We created history.
There we go. This son of a bitch is a glowing ball of energy. However, his one weakness is a dark shadow.
Not even like an actual, nighttime, for example. No. Literally just shadows.
If this dude steps behind a curtain, he is fucked.
So really all I need is like a giant beach umbrella, put it over him, and I've defeated like the biggest villain in this universe.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I am God.
It's the truth though. So when they finally clash, I have to just giggle. He is just moving a bunch of shit around. Like he takes the Statue of Liberty, moves it around. Superman flies after him and gets it back.
He's really just inconveniencing Superman. He's just pranking him.
Dude, it's like the Untitled Goose Game. He's just yonking around and just moving shit and just, like you said, just inconveniencing Superman. And Superman's just, I gotta put this fucking shit back here.
Like, he's not even being a menace. He's just like, he's me whenever I was a small child and I would hide my grandfather's remote.
But he takes the whole ass Statue of Liberty, which we have to point out, the shit special effects of any of the flying is just bad. Goddamn, he's flying around this thing, okay? The Superman gets it back. Nuclear Man, I fucking wish to God this was a bit. He scratches him on the neck. Nuclear Man scratches Superman on the fucking neck. And Superman gets defeated from some nail scratches. I thought Superman's skin was impenetrable unless kryptonite.
Yeah.
Where the kryptonite at? There's no kryptonite in this movie that I was aware of.
There was a green crystal at some point, but
it's a Kryptonian energy module. But it's the fucked up part. It's like, why would his mom and dad leave that for him if it was gonna kill him? Okay. So yeah, he gets his fucking neck scratched and gets the flu. I wish that was a bit also. I'm not kidding. He gets his neck scratched and gets the flu.
And then just starts like getting really old for some reason.
Yeah, he's like getting real decrepit. His hair's falling out and he's just white haired. And he suddenly remembers that he's got this energy module and he remembers some kind of monologue. And he's just kind of holding it on his chest, leaned over the couch, looking like he's about to vomit. Nuclear Man shows up to Metropolis and just kind of starts wrecking ass. And then, I don't know, where Superman just appears. Like, he's all better. And what? They just skipped something, obviously.
The editing was just non-existent.
Dude, the fucking scene where he is standing there and letting Nuclear Man just blow shit up. And fucking Superman... Stop! What are you doing? The people!
Dude, he wasn't even trying to stop him. The line reading, just everything. Everything was wrong.
He may as well have just gone, no, what are you doing? Son of a bitch, I gotta put that back now too. No, the people.
Dude, Reeve he had to have known this was terrible.
Yeah, and that's the saddest part too, is because it's Christopher Reeve. You love the guy. He is probably one of the most convincing Superman actors, probably the most convincing, aside, and I'm saying this like right now, aside from Cavill, who I think is like a great fucking Superman.
Absolutely, yeah.
Christopher Reeve is probably crying between takes like, I can't believe I signed on for this shit. But he was probably thinking, I just want to do one last hoorah for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like the embodiment of like Superman, Kal-El right there. He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna put my own pride and bullshit aside for the people. No, the people. Like, he saw this movie in theaters when they released it, and he yells at fucking like Menahem Golan, and he's yelling at the fucking director, "Stop this movie! What are you doing? The people!" And everybody in the crowd is just fucking crying because this movie sucks so bad.
Imagine if he was like, 30 minutes was cut.
It was probably all the good shit too.
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine having to stand in front of an audience after this plays and have to justify something. Be like, 30 minutes of this was cut and we didn't have much of a budget, but you know what? We still got it out to you guys. Imagine that shit.
I just can't.
Dude, I really don't know why this was even released.
I don't either, man. Look, the end of the movie happens because Superman, I'm not kidding, tricks Nuclear Man into getting in an elevator. He shuts the door and punches the power grid on the fucking thing, drags it into space, throws it on the moon. They proceed to have the most schoolyard fight that you've ever seen in your entire life. Okay, fuck it. Do you remember whenever Timmy and Jimmy had the fight on South Park and Cartman runs in and yells "cripple fight"?
Oh, yeah.
That fight was better than this bullshit, dude. I fucking swear on everything.
It really was. And the fact that they had like 2 or 3 fights and they were all just as bad.
When he buries him in the moon rocks, like he just like
boink.
Like just it's like whack-a-mole. He's like whack-a-moling him into the fucking rocks. It buries him. I don't know. Like, he busts out of the moon and he flies down, kicks the dude's ass, and then fucking drops him in a nuclear power plant and powers the city. What the fuck? Not to mention the fact that old girl that Nuclear Man flies into space with can somehow breathe in space and she didn't fucking die.
Well, I mean, Lois Lane can apparently fly.
Oh, god damn. This movie can fly up a monkey's ass.
It was really bad.
It really fucking was, dude. He sends Lex Luthor back to prison, and he sends his nephew to some, like, reformatory school, and Christopher Reeve gets fucking paralyzed by a goddamn horse accident and is never Superman again. This is the last we see of Christopher Reeve as Superman. It's a goddamn tragedy.
That it is.
I have, dude, this is up to you. I don't give a fuck who wins out of the two of these because it was just a bad time, man. It was just a bad time for me all around.
Dude, at this point, how do we even rank this?
Fuck it. Do you want to just blow both of these movies up?
Yeah.
Fuck both these movies. So much better. So yeah, according to us, neither of these goddamn pieces of shit fucking win. They're not even existent anymore because we just blew them up. But if you out there, the listening audience, would like to tell us what movie you thought was better than the other one, please leave us a voicemail at supermediabrospodcast.com or just leave a comment below on this episode because we ain't got shit for this one.
No, it was, this was work.
I know there's been some ties in the past. This might be the first time in the Cult Cinema Showdown continuity history, after almost 100 episodes of this, where both movies just did not win. It just didn't matter. We fucking blew them up. Who gives a shit?
Which is wild because, like, there's so much to talk about with them, and none of it is good.
And on that note, please visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Visit oddpodsmedia.com for other shows on the OddPods Media Network. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you're listening here and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet. Do it. Leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, GoodPods. You know the drill. If you feel so inclined, buy a t-shirt. We got merch.
Yeah.
Think of it as a comfort blanket after having to listen to this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Follow us on social media. We're most active on Twitter at @SuperMediaBros_. You can come chat with us on there. You can leave comments at Facebook.com/SuperMediaBros. We always have our episodes posted up. Just fucking leave a comment below if you want to. And I actually haven't done this in a long fucking time. But if you want to come visit us on Instagram at @SuperMediaBros Podcast, come look at our stupid pictures.
Yeah. Classic shit.
So yeah. If you're still with us, we really appreciate you sticking around because goddamn, that was a task and a half for us. And it's just time to get the fuck out of here because guess what? Next week, we're going to come back and talk about Peacemaker.
Okay, that's a lot better.
And after that, we actually are going to come back with a big ass, like, gaming featured episode.
Ooh.
We got some stories to tell. Like, we got some personal stories to tell. We're going to talk about some games that we're currently playing, some that we're excited for. We might even talk about some wrestling video games that we really enjoyed from our childhood up until now. And for the first time in a good while, we're going to actually feature a song from an artist.
Oh.
Fuck yeah. But you're going to have to stick around and tune in for that to find out who it is. That's called a cliffhanger, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so very much for hanging out with us this episode. This was episode 216, Cult Cinema Showdown 95, Batman and Robin versus Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. So now we're going to go on our quest for peace. Until next week, I've been Richie.
I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.